other end, and that was a shocker for Syracuse, and ultimately Maryland got the best of Syracuse in that one and then rode that momentum all the way to the national championship game. Today, these two teams both undefeated. Syracuse 3-0, Maryland 2-0. And Shea Keethler heads to the dot here against John Mullen. Keethler leading NCAA in face-off percentage.
Could be decided from the dot. You have to keep the ball out of the hands of the Syracuse attack.
And that's been Mullen's one glaring issue so far, is the violations, and he begins with one today. Goes BTB, second time's the charm, and he's got his 5th goal of the year.
Off the second line.
Another face-off chance, and loose ball. Who wants this one? Fight for it with Eric Kohler, and he's got it. The D-Midi out of Urbana. That's a huge GB for Maryland.
Maryland has to control the dot today, Ben. That is so important.
Back to the dot we go. So far 2-0 in favor of Shea Keethler against John Mullen. This is a long GB, and who wants it? Out of the stick of McDonald initially, or rather Canfield, and Maryland keeps, or rather Syracuse will have possession here.
Yeah, I think it went out off of the stick of Canfield. And again, Maryland now.
Roa just scores. No assists, but he's got 9 goals. Violation here on Keethler.
Oh, that's Creter coming in for the first time today, Ben. After Keethler had won all of his. Maryland really trusts both face-off guys. Remember, Creter, he's...
Dwan picks it up and just fires it to the other end. And that's the end of the first quarter. Knotted up at 2 here in college class 2. And Mullen scoots it right back to Sam English, the former Princeton Tiger in his 2nd year here with Syracuse. First possession. And a violation against Creter once again.
Keethler was doing so well. I don't know if he's
here for Tillman. Game tied 3-3. What a contest we have so far between these two heavyweights. Both programs over 100 years old, but this is just the 20th regular season meeting.
Was there any doubt this would be a great game, Ben? I don't think so.
And that's Larkin, another huge ground ball. What a run he's had past couple minutes.
You know, I said this when Maryland was playing Richmond earlier this year. 10 get going. This offense is really a beauty to watch.
Keethler against Mullen at the dot once more. Fight for it. Mullen wins it, and he's got 5 wins today at the dot. Entered the day with 6 more points than the 2nd leading guy in all of NCAA. Face-off dot. Keethler and Mullen. Might have been a push in the back. There was. This is a win for Maryland, and a big one.
Shea Keethler is down 1, 5 of 7.
Use another chance, already with the lead. 2-goal run here for the Orange. Have them in a good spot. This is Creter at the dot. And falls over. Ground ball still loose. Who's going to come up with it? It's Canfield. Or rather, McDonald. Making his first appearance.
Had his only win on a violation.
Yeah, Johnny Mullen, who's been at the dot primarily for Syracuse. He's taken all of them. Haven't seen any of Johnny Richiusa yet today, who was their starting fogo 2 years ago when these two teams played here.
I still think John Tillman is trying to figure out the balance between the two, but a big face-off here for 23 in white.
First one of the second half belongs to Maryland, and that's Jack McDonald coming from the wing for the ground ball. First possession, McDonald takes it himself, and McCool stonewalls him. Here he is, he gets his time on the man-up unit, and he scores the biggest goal of his career to date.
He's a specialist, and in lacrosse, it's always so cool to see a guy that works on one thing all the time, and when he gets this opportunity.
The call is, it'll be Syracuse ball.
And that's frustrating if you're John Tillman. It happened right in front of him. Keethler had maybe 6 chances to scoop up that GB. He was running it down, and he couldn't keep it in play. That's a gift for confidence on the offensive end, and Maryland is playing with a lot of confidence right now.
At the dot, Keethler, and a win from the wings. That's McDonald who got it. 7 different goals.
Out of the locker room, Ben, 4-0 Maryland.
Syracuse had not gone scoreless in a quarter yet. Still some time. If the Orange can get this ground ball, and Mullen does, that's massive for Syracuse.
I would not be surprised if Gate calls a timeout just to try to salvage something here, get the momentum. Maryland, you know, the dot was their big opportunity, I think, Ben, coming into this game. If they could control that, they could control the game, and they have it. And yet here they are, still winning.
There's a win for Creter. Passes to the outside, Maryland can set up. That's a huge win for Sean Creter. He had been struggling a little bit.
And that's just...
Could that be the goal that Cuse needs to give it life? First today for Hiltz. Cuse with 5 different goal scores. And quickly in transition, nearly another one from X. Back to the dot with Creter and Mullen. Here's a fight for it. That pull of McDonald going to work. And there's Creter to get it. He's gonna have to get rid of this. McDonald right there to pick it up. That's alertness right there from 51 in white.
You think they missed 51? Really has been incredible to see.
Back to the face-off dot. Maryland has won 11 of 20 today. This is Keethler. It's varied between him and Creter. Mullen has been the only one to take him for the Orange, and he wins this one. Hold called on White. Orange get the ball. This is a massive possession for them. That ball goes on the ground trying to find Dwan, because Syracuse did not have his offensive personnel, and that's a huge mistake.
Knights, the Orange.
Huge face-off here. What a non-shocking thing to see 51 in white come up with the ground ball.
His 7th, I believe.
Maryland has won 12 face-offs today. That's a big one. Tyler, how does Maryland possess the ball here on this possession?
Play with just 5 minutes to go.
4 goals on the young season for Bryce Ford. His brother, the #1 attack recruit in the entire nation, he has not played yet. He might be redshirting.
Yeah,
unsure about that, but his brother has really taken the reins here since coming over from Fairfield.
I see him on